Hello viewers and welcome to another edition of a program called Talk to the Camera with me, Scyll Akempta-Kargbo. Today we will get Lamin Kotekueh, one of the executive secretary for Commission of Person with Disability na the country. Now tell we as the budget year don't come to an end, waiting at the budget for this year and how they go make sure say they put things in place when they achieve the deliverables, and also how they monitor different groups of people where they keep partner with them, and so we get different disabled communities them around where themselves they look up to this commission for the themselves life go better. So stay with me as we will get an interview with her now. Good day and welcome to this interview. Go please introduce yourself to viewers.
Yeah, I'm Lamin Kotekueh, the Executive Secretary for the National Commission for Persons with Disability.
Plenty people don't hear about this word, National Commission for People with Disability. I want to explain to families what this commission they all about.
Well, say we get international conventions that we can, as a country, we can sign to or ascribe to, and one of them, one of the kids in them, say this disability, they may get different decade of actions, but then they can not say, okay, finally they need to get a convention. So then get the UN Convention on the Right of Persons with Disability, where it came into being in 2007. And then Parliament's been ratifying, we've been signing, we ratify them in 2009. So, but where you don't sign and them also don't ratify and means say you don't pass on your own law. You need to get a law also where the way for where they can say domesticate, means say look at Sierra Leone, how we able for treat people with disability. And if you look at the UN Convention, you talk about more on rights of people with disability. So the Persons with Disability Act of 2011 come and get some rights them to people with disability where them for enjoy, so that they themselves go live a dignified life. And there are same acts then I give the mandate say we forget a commission, and that commission then for implement issues of disability in the country. And then if you see we on commission, we get we parents ministry, the Ministry of Social Welfare, and then we get all the partners then we work with. Especially like when it comes to education, we get Ministry of Education, and when it comes to health, we get Ministry of Health, and Ministry of Labor for Employment for people with disability, get Ministry of Labor and Social Security. So now then kind organizations all then at the board, and then also slowly that's Sierra Leone Union on Disability Issues, where they look at the civil society aspect of disability. So all the one then they at the board for make sure say disabled people they realize their right.
Okay, and we get plenty disabled organizations in the country, and plenty people came out for ask if all the organizations then they under the affiliates with them.
Yeah, we call the organization of persons with disability. We even get over about 200 of them, because then they come into being for advocate for their own rights and their livelihood. So commission as part they accept them for register with we for oversee what they do, and then they all not register with we, but they work with them all. We also they support most of them because one of the thing them we they do we support one of, like every year we get deliverables where we give to government. One of them life skills and livelihood empowerment for people with disability. Not say we gonna treat some disabled people and they go big. Yeah. That not dignifying. So what in government they do for self or building capacity so that they go able for live independent life. So the key thing we want for achieve self-reliance and then also independent living. And then it take, you talk about accessibility for people with disability. You also talk about their livelihood. You talk about then the health-wise, and then you talk about assistive devices. All anything that we put them together go able for make let them able for live independently and then also for be self-reliant.
So now we talk small as we want to say the budget AI units don't come to an end, and I want to tell people waiting the budget to render to government this year.
Well, normally we can submit like 5 deliverables, and then we also will get the strategic plan we will submit. All landed they tie to the policy objective. Say now the midterm development plan where we get disability as a cluster.
Okay.
Yeah, very important, and I think this happened for the first in the history of Sierra Leone where disability stand. Then they say no more vulnerable people, but this time disability stand as a standalone. So with looking at what thing we therefore we mandate we now for prohibit discrimination and cater for the well-being of people with disability, for empower disabled people, and then we tie down the toe with the national development plan we now for get a shelter employment for people with disability. We get like 5 deliverables, one for building life skills, and then also socio-economic empowerment for people with disability. We also want to forget a pause where we call National Development Fund.
Okay.
We say like NGOs, other people and go contribute to that fund for empower, like we be ask people then disabled organizations and the disabled person organization then get their own visions them where we can come and support them.
Okay.
And then also we for do outreach. And also inside the way disabled people and the people and don't know about them. When they do the outreach, they discover, and also we tell them about the services where government they render. Yeah, because we get other sister programs like the social safety net when NACSA they implement Sunday, so we can work with NACSA for link the organizations and then constitute them with them programs. Then the Ministry of Social Welfare also they do some livelihood project when UNDP they support her. They give keke to disabled people all and we serve they give them support. And this year we estimate we present to government 3.2 billion and the old Leons, and then the new Leons now 3.2 million.
Okay.
The new Leon. And the budget ceiling have been 2.8 for 2.8 billion the old Leon and 2.8 the new Leon.
Okay.
And we get an excess because if you minus 3.2 minus 2.8, they get 0.4. So we over the budget ceiling went at 2.8 by yes by 0.4.
Okay.
Yeah, billion or Leon, the new Leon. In Leons. So now then they hope say government will able for approve them, and not only for approve them for able for give it, because internally then can give we the estimate, and then then government appropriate for we who think we forget, but sometimes they were constrained they financially we know they get the money, and then they can string the work what they do. Given the kind of people or clientele the world they serve, when are people with disability, and then what thing can happen even we suppose for they talk about right, but sometimes and they disabled people and they can't even for small thing they where they get the sick can one for send them to hospital, then can go there, but then can one day we also help them with the medication and kind of thing, and then some people and they come for housing, all that kind of thing, and they. But actually, this they be on with scope, but because we are a disabled person organization, anything will happen, the first point of call is not going to a commission.
Yeah.
But actually, what we supposed for doing for enhance the right of people with disability, let them go for live a dignified life, and that can be all man business, government, NGO for make sure say we able for help we brother them for live a dignified life.
Okay, so going forward, what do people for expect from the Commission of People with Disability?
Well, the expectation always people forget of the commission is tied to whether we get the resources, and also because one of the deliverables also we work with the donor like a social work
Yeah.
for meet the needs of people with disability. We don't get the required staff, especially now we get offices now. We're able for establish office now at the new region 8.
Okay.
We're now northwest.
Northwest.
Yeah, but northeast we get office there. We get now eastern region. We get now southern region, and then we get Freetown here. We're supposed to get regional office as well.
Okay.
But right now they combine the regional office together with the headquarter office, and this is yeah, we saw this one a catch. Because we never forget building we're accessible, because we know they tell people for let them make them have facilities accessible to people with disability, then we know that this they can building. So now that make we there, but we need more staff. We not social workers. We go in at the regions and for go at the village them, and then the community level, even at ward level, for me chiefdom level, for make sure say disabled people within there they themselves for feel belong, because Freetown not to select salon.
Yeah.
You know, get disabled people and where some facilities where they not get them.
Yeah.
Now actually now that we supposed for they do. So I know I think say with we told they expect them for I think it will be the other way around. Yeah, we need support for Leone for reach more disabled people. Because even the organizations that we took in on support them one day, and this year, next year we'll look at other one day.
Okay.
And as honestly, we don't able for serve boku support boku DPOs them. At the same time, boku OPDs then they organizations of people with disability unable for reach it.
Okay.
Like I tell you, because even like at the listen radio, some other one then come up, but we come because angels come, it not get service from we. It just go give it like bad names, sit there and like when they do nothing. But other one then they will don't support, you know. So the new ones then they still come up, the purification of the OPDs, and then you know go stop them because they get right to assembly and all of them thing, and but also they make work very complex.
Okay.
You know, very challenging and difficult, because every day we get new ones that will come up. And then also we at first when they see we can support small, but we give them small, you know they get the kind of result where you want.
Okay.
So we also been done re-strategize for say if for the support one we make sure so we support them better one, then stand on their own and then see how we will do it. But then this if they put more pressure on we, because if you spend more money on our organization, you go 2, 3, 10, 5, 15 go left, or than not going for service.
Yeah.
And they all they look up to now. But I just want to say, let them patient with we, and then we stand for every disabled person in this country.
Okay.
You know, and for makes us say we able for advocate to them for on their behalf to government, and then within the resources where government they give we, for makes us say then we get the desired result out of them.
Okay. Plenty thank you for talking.
Thank you.
Viewers, that's now waiting Kotekueh, when the executive secretary of Commission of Person with Disability in the country don't say, as he tell we say they can give budget, but normally they not can get the money before the year at the end. That can bring challenges to them, as they get plenty organizations them where they look up to the way themselves cater for, and also they call on the government and so yet people them for continue for supporting them, as he even mentioned say the office where then they not to they get them na catch them, they catch themselves, they look for get a specific space where could be affordable to disabled and also able people them. Me na Scyll Akempta-Kargbo, and this na talk to the camera. Tata.